Hey, Joe, I have a question for you. Do you ever look at someone and wonder what's going on inside their head?
Every day.
I know I do. Well, Disney Pixar's Inside Out takes an exciting and hilarious journey into the mind to find the answer. It's based in headquarters, get it? The control center of 11-year-old Riley's mind. Five emotions there are hard at work, led by lighthearted optimist Joy. And she strives to make sure Riley stays happy as she operates alongside fellow emotions fear, anger, disgust, and sadness. And this movie is an instant classic, and now you can experience it like never before on Disney Blu-ray. From the imaginative minds of Disney Pixar comes a major emotion, get it? Emotion. Picture beyond compare.
Yeah, so with the Blu-ray, they'll have a Riley's First Date animated short, which is all new. And if it's any indication from the preview that I just saw, it should be hilarious. As well as an extensive lineup of other bonus features. And it's already out on digital HD and Disney Movies Anywhere as of October 13th. And it'll be out on Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray combo pack, and on demand November 3rd, celebrating Disney's Pixar's hit Inside Out and its release on Blu-ray on November 3rd.
Yes, so everything's coming out soon, and we are so excited today to bring you an interview with the co-director of Inside Out, Ronnie Del Carmen. So real quick, a little history about Ronnie. He joined Pixar Animation Studios in the summer of 2000 during the production of Finding Nemo, and he became a story supervisor on the film. He did production design on the Academy Award nominated short film called One Man Band and story work on the Oscar winning Ratatouille.
He was head of story on Disney Pixar's Academy Award winning film Up and is now the co-director of Disney Pixar's Inside Out. Ronnie also made his directorial debut with the short film Doug's Special Mission, released on the Up DVD and Blu-ray. In addition to his work on feature and short films, he contributed his artistic talents to the illustrating of the children's book My Name is Doug, written by Kiki Thorpe.
Yes, and Ronnie attended the University of Santo Tomas in the Philippines, where he earned his Bachelor of Fine Arts in Advertising. And then Ronnie moved to the United States in 1989 and served as a storyboard artist for Batman the Animated Series. Then he worked over at DreamWorks as a story supervisor. And you're going to find out even more about Ronnie, including his love of peanut butter on this interview. There's so much fun stuff to be shared and so many special features with this DVD that you can get Inside Out. But I have to say, I'm probably most excited that it includes lava. If you remember this, if you saw it in the film, it was the little, short film that comes up before the movie. And lava was inspired by the isolated beauty of the tropical islands and the explosive allure of ocean volcanoes. Lava is a musical love story that takes place over millions of years. I loved it. I'm so glad it's coming out on the DVD.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that because when I went to go see it, I did not get to see that. So can't wait.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And, unfortunately, you weren't able to be there, Krista, for the interview because you were out on a cruise, but it was a lot of fun. We only had a brief time with him, but totally worth it. And he's such a uplifting guy. I know in other interviews he had said that he's most like Joy, which is just awesome.
Aw. So just remember, you can get Inside Out on digital HD and Disney Movies Anywhere beginning October 13th, 2015, and on Blu-ray, 3D Blu-ray combo pack, and on demand November 3rd, 2015. And all in the name of celebrating Disney Pixar's hit Inside Out and its release on Blu-ray on November 3rd. Here is our interview, the one with co-director Ronnie Del Carmen.
Hi, this is Mike Purcell, voice of the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. As we approach the Tomorrowland Transit Authority station, our Grand Circle tour is coming to an end, but not to a stop because you're listening to the Living the Dream podcast with your hosts, Krista Joy from DisneyWays.com and Joe Pardo from HowToDream.co. Hold on tight because today's journey leads to tomorrow's dream. And get ready for the Living the Dream podcast.
Only the best Disney collectibles and other kinds of treasures, too. Barbies, toys, board games, Disney home decor, Mickey Mouse watches, and more are in stock for you at TD Collectibles. Inventory changes daily. They purchase Disney too. Just email a list of your items and include your asking price. TD Collectibles, located just moments north of Walt Disney World on 535 in Winter Garden, Florida. Find them online at eBay too. Username Snowball Bears, all one word. Call TD Collectibles today at 407 580 8757 or find them on Facebook at facebook.com/TD Collectibles.
Living the Dream podcast is your show.
And we want to hear from you.
Email us your magical Disney memory and we will read it on the show. It can be typed or send us an audio file.
If you include a photo, we will post your magical memory on the blog as well.
Our email address is thecrew@livingthedreampodcast.com. Amanda wrote in, I woke my daughter up early on her 9th birthday and asked her to get dressed, comfortable, and pack a book to read. I drove while she read. When we crossed under the welcome arches, I said, look up. She saw the sign and started squealing with joy. We're going to Disney? Are you serious, Mom? Just you and me for a whole day at Disney. Her joy was contagious, and we had an amazing day. That was written by Amanda from www.theeducatorsspinonit.com. Good morning, Ronnie.
Good morning, Joe.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing magical, just like every day.
Awesome.
How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I just finished another interview where the last words I said was living the dream. So.
Oh, well, you definitely are living the dream.
I most certainly am.
All right, well, let's get started. This is not to waste too much time.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for being here, Ronnie. I really appreciate you taking the time.
It's my pleasure. So I'm happy to be here.
And thank you so much for your hard work and the creative work that you've given over the years. It's really a blessing for everyone to enjoy.
Wow, thank you.
You're quite welcome. Real quick before I start asking you questions, though, I just want to say that Up is my favorite film that you've worked on, hands down.
Lovely. Thank you. It's one of my favorites as well. I still use it every time I do a talk on writing and creativity. It's a beloved story to have worked on for me.
Definitely. And I guess I got to tell you, my doorbell is the theme song from Up.
Oh, I'm gonna mention that to Michael Giacchino next time I see him.
Well, thank you.
That's awesome.
So has it always been a dream of yours to be a director of feature films?
I've always wanted to tell stories. Directing is something that I aspire to just so that I can actually put out more stories out there. If I can direct more movies about subjects and ideas that I care about, I'd be really, really happy. But I have a lot of duties here that are about storytelling, and I have a lot of latitude. I'm very lucky because I'm one of those people that I get to work on a lot of movies and a lot of projects here at Pixar. So I'm not wanting for a creative outlet because they keep me busy. I feel very wanted. So sometimes when the idea of directing comes up, I almost feel like well, yeah. If I get to direct the very story that I want, sure. But I know how difficult these are. They're very collaborative, and we all have to actually jump in and help each other. So yeah, someday I hope.
Is it different working at Pixar than say somewhere else where you have that creative latitude, as you called it?
It has been different, and I don't know how the other studios are these days, and maybe it's because of my role there was different back then. I've had the most satisfying creative journey in the 15 years that I've been here at Pixar, and it's been the longest I've ever stayed put anywhere in my life, and this has been the most creatively fulfilling job I've ever had. So I'm hoping that they don't kick me out. Ever.
Well, with the success of Inside Out, I can't see how they could ever imagine doing that.
Who knows? Well, but no, they seem to want to keep me, so I'm happy to keep up all the appearances that I'm useful.
So was it tough taking on that additional role outside of just doing the storyboarding and all that stuff?
Actually, it's one of those situations wherein I was very, very lucky that Pete had invited me to be his co-director, because I had been a story supervisor before and here at Pixar a couple of times and a handful of times in other studios. It's a job that I know how to do, but I've also kind of like gone to the end of that. So I felt like I needed a challenge, and Pete, having sensed that, actually offered me this role wherein my partnership was mainly with him. Our partnership in trying to shape the story and find out what's meaningful and valuable about this journey that we're going to be putting into film was such a godsend for me. It actually transformed me into a different level of storytelling, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I'm actually, because of all the things that you learn doing this job, you wish that you could actually do one yourself outright.
Oh, I know. As a creative entrepreneur myself, I know all about trying to get it all done. But I mean, taking 5 years, and that's with a team of how many people did you work with on this film?
Well, I don't know. It may be anywhere from over time it might be about like 300 people that are dedicated to the movie.
Wow.
But the last year of production alone, would employ like close to 80 or so animators and a host of other technical departments will have to come in so that the glorious movie that you see looks like it was born whole and complete.
So I with all that said, I love your artwork.
Thank you very much.
It's fabulous. You're very welcome. In fact, I was looking up Paper Biscuit on Amazon, and it goes for over $100.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. I'm thinking, it's like, well, I better keep these copies that I have around me. That might be a good nest egg.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I love drawing. All my storytelling comes from there, and being visual actually helps you actually keep a job in movies. So, and I still draw every day. It's still a big joy in my life. So I'm very happy to keep it going.
So I got to ask you, what is up with your love of peanut butter?
Well, I like peanut butter. The problem is not the fact that I love peanut butter. It's that I put a lot of it on my toast. That it actually kind of dwarfs the toast. And my kids are appalled. They scream, "Dad!" And my wife has just got her arms crossed across her chest. So they're really, because I feel like, well, you're in America now. You have to do everything in excess. But they moderated me to the point where I'm kind of like, no, actually, it's a very light smear of peanut butter on my toast, and that'll do.
Just have extra pieces of toast standing by.
I'm just going to have to actually have a stash here at work, and then eat peanut butter with aplomb.
Well, Ronnie, I really appreciate you taking the time today.
Oh, thank you. It's great talking to you.
Yes. I'd love to have you on the show again at some point.
Yeah. Let us know.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Living the Dream podcast. We know there's a lot of great shows out there that you could be listening to, and we appreciate you taking the time to tune into ours. Remember to check us out online at livingthedreampodcast.com.
The greatest compliment you could give us is going to Stitcher Radio or iTunes and leaving us a rating and review. It helps us get the message out there to other dreamers.
It sure does. And until next time, I'm Krista Joy.
And I'm Joe Pardo. And remember, today's journey leads to tomorrow's dream.
If you can dream it, Mad Hatter Adventures can help make it happen. Mad Hatter Adventures specializes in